G'day, Morten Aastad here with another video and another unboxing video. Yes, in this video it'll be all about Kylie Minogue. Yes, my favorite pop princess from down under, from Australia. Of course, guys my age from the UK and probably most of Europe will of course know Kylie, and we've all been, well, a lot of us anyway, have been enamored by her for a while now. So she, or her people anyway, just did the biggest reissue of on vinyl of her career, I expect, with several albums that have either just been barely available on vinyl, probably maybe close to her most popular or most wanted record is among them, and otherwise not been out on vinyl ever before. So I'll be looking at that towards the end of this video, because I want to celebrate this by making a video where I talk a little about her and you know, her career and what my collection is as far as Kylie Minogue goes. So Kylie was born in Melbourne in Victoria in 1968, down there in Australia, and early on a bit of a child actress, and was on various, I think, like youth-oriented programs, as well as one or two appearances in soaps before she landed her big break, which was on the you know, the soap opera Neighbours, which also ran up here in Europe, and yeah, particularly also caught on in the UK, I would say, in 1987. And so she would have been 18, 19 years old at the time, and I guess as a part of being on that show and promotion and everything, she and other members would do various promotional things, and one of those were a recording or a performance of an old hit song of sorts called The Locomotion. And this caught on. It became the highest selling single in Australia in the 1980s. And she was signed to a record deal because of this, I suppose initially with Mushroom in Australia. And she was hurried away to the UK to record. I got the feeling, if you watch her documentary, which premiered on Netflix back earlier this year in the spring, that she basically went to the UK for the better part of a day, was ushered into a small office with some people she didn't know and told to sing something. And this, of course, was Stock Aitken and Waterman, who were hitmakers extraordinaire over there in the UK, and who, of course, had several artists under their belts already at the time. And she would go on to record a couple of more quick songs. I don't think she did an entire album right away. So she would do, like I said, she would go on to do a couple of quick songs there. And I don't think she initially was meant to do an entire album right away. So she did. So I don't have a copy of Locomotion, I'm afraid. I only have two of her singles on vinyl. It's her second and third. So I Should Be So Lucky, which became a international hit basically, and you know, made the rest of the world aware of her you know, beauty and talent and wonderfulness. And there's the you know, PWL records that she was then under their wing basically. And next single from this was Got to Be Certain. So she goes on to record 4 albums with them, and she goes through a very clear transition, not only intentionally, but she is an 18-19-year-old woman at this stage, and she grows up whilst this goes on. So you could clearly see, this is her debut album, Kylie Minogue, and this is my one of my copies that I bought in Australia. With cute hits like I Should Be So Lucky, The Locomotion Is Here, Je Ne Pas Pourquoi, It's No Secret, Got to Be Certain, Turn It Into Love, I Miss You, I'll Still Be Loving You, Look at My Way, Love at First Sight. You got your bubblegum pop type staple there. And next album, very much the same sort of spiel, if you like, with Enjoy Yourself. This is definitely an Australian CD. You can see the old mushroom. I wonder if I think I even bought this in Australia. And then, she's starting to feel a little bit more aware of herself, and she's exposed to some people around the world, and men and everything, and she signals that on her next album, Rhythm of Love, but still very much under the production of the people I mentioned earlier, Stock Aitken Waterman. But I do believe she gets her very first writing credit on this record. And then one of the guys from Stock Aitken Waterman, I think, falls away, and she's gone through a period where she's criticized for being, basically a singing budgie, and, it gets on her a bit. And I think by this time she's in a relationship with Michael Hutchins, and she's exposed to, new ways in life, and the next album, the last few releases with Stock Aitken Waterman and the record company, it takes about 6 months to write, and she is involved in the writing. So I think she has 6 songwriting credits on this, the final album of these early years, which is Let's Get to It. And in the videos and everything, you could definitely see that she's very much a more grown-up woman by this time. And then she breaks away from them, and she tries some courageous things and makes a really I think very strong album with a new record company called or what are they called again? She's on an indie label now called Deconstruction. So she releases her self-named album Kylie Minogue, and this is a very different creature when like songs like Confide in Me and so on. But although you might see some elements of her presentation and maybe the musical being maybe a little bit in following what Madonna is doing at this time, she's never overly sexual. She's sexy, but she's Kylie, and we know she's growing up, and her music signals this, and her style and everything signals this, and some like it, some people fall away at this time. And then what I suppose is a bit of a career dip for her comes out at a very unfortunate time with an unfortunate title. I love this album. This was my first Kylie Minogue album. The reason I bought this was that I had heard that she was collaborating with some of my, at the time, favorite artists. For example, working with James Dean Bradfield from the Manic Street Preachers, and released this album in 1997, Impossible Princess. And I thought this was a really cool album. I really enjoyed it. Fortunately, it was released more or less on around the same week or month as Princess Diana died. So the title, I think, as you can see, there's no trace of it being called Impossible Princess on my copy here. It's simply called, once again, Kylie Minogue, because they did a hurried reissue. And apart from the wonderful duet she did with Nick Cave, I think she had a bit of a rough time finding herself around this time. So she went sort of turned around a little bit. She didn't go back to the bubblegum pop, but she got producers who were into dance and techno and more of a disco style. She knew part of her audience would be happy about that, so she returns with this, which I remember I bought in Australia. This I definitely bought in Australia because it even has got the hum price tag. She released the very, very danceable, very gorgeous, very sexy, very, very sexy Light Years. And you had that video, the one with the short shorts spinning around and all that wonderful Kylie. I mean, the kind of music where I would either go, oh Christ, or I would go, yeah. But because it's Kylie, it's fantastic for me anyway. And then the massive hit followed, which was of course Fever, with the wonderful Can't Get You Out of My Head, again with that video. And then she followed that with a almost more sultry, even more mature Body Language, again with a beautiful video. And she got a bit of a Brigitte Bardot thing going on here, I would say. And then she records one song and releases a compilation called Ultimate Kylie. And while touring on this is where things unfortunately goes not so well for her, because she gets diagnosed with breast cancer and she is away for a while. This came out in 2004. I think she got the diagnosis in 2005. She was kind of gone for a couple of years there, but there was no real need for her to tell the world, hey, remember me or anything. When she came back with another toe-stomping album, X, and another wonderful album, I think. And from then on, she's given us music that was almost like tailor-made for her live shows. She toured and she toured and she toured, and especially the tour after Light Years sort of really brought her back and made her even with declining album sales for most people around the world, she had the touring. Here she released Aphrodite, and since then she made sort of Abbey Road sessions with like standards and so, which a lot of people do. I mean, Robbie Williams did that, and then we got the obligatory Christmas album, sort of new recordings, but also tying up earlier Christmas related songs she's done. Then another beast of a Kylie, Kiss Me Once. And she's not staying in one lane still. I mean, she would return with Golden, It's one of those days when I bought one of these first, and I thought I'll get the regular CD to go along with the rest later, and I still haven't. This came in 2018, and this is a country music tinged album actually. So yeah, but you know, in whatever sense, Kylie can never be fully country. And since then, she's stayed in the the disco type music lane with disco, and then the massive, for this day and age anyway, Tension, which had that big hit for her, where even the Americans once again, because the Americans sort of discover her once every 10 years, and then they forget about her in some ways. Although she does tour over there, but with the Padam Padam, the massive big hit there, which was just 4 years ago, wasn't it? Yeah, 2023, so 3 years ago. And fairly rapidly, probably my least favorite of her albums, not least because she does collaboration with artists which I feel are the artists of today, I suppose, that I feel are beneath her, to be honest. What is it? She collaborates with, well, not just, but she has, yes, Sia, Orville Peck and Diplo, Bebe Proxa, Towie Low, oh god, Blessed Madonna, yeah. But otherwise, you know, it's Kylie as we know and appreciate her. My collection also includes this it's a rather odd compilation. It's a deconstruction compilation. You know, when you make a compilation which is a double CD for an artist who made 2 records for you, but I think it's like some mixes and stuff. So Confide in Me, the irresistible Kylie. I remember these. I bought CDs from a website. Was it called CD Wow? Do any of you remember those? They would sell you the cheapest CDs they could find from around the world. So, for example, I got a Madonna record from Malaysia, stuff like that. And then I have a few CD singles, of course. It's Your Disco Needs You, A Red-Blooded Woman, In Your Eyes, Can't Get You Out of My Head, which for some reason released in one of these. Giving You Up, I Believe in You, In My Arms, a different version of In My Arms, and Wow, with a bonus track, Cherry Bomb, and Giving You Up with a bonus track, Made of Glass, Come Into My World, which includes a DVD, and I Believe in You with a new track, BPM. I have also, over the years, of course, bought Kylie Minogue DVDs. I think Kylie is the artist I have the most DVDs of, apart from the Rolling Stones. So you have this was the one that sort of broke her into the DVD buying public as well. This is an Australian as well. So bought from Australian HMV. This is Intimate and Live. Then we have Greatest Hits 87-98. And this was, I think, was the first one I bought Did I buy it in Australia? I think so. That's why this sticker says this box is empty. Kylie live in Sydney. And we have, this is a single, Love at First Sight. So Kylie Fever 2002, live in Manchester. We have Body Language live at the London Apollo. And we have the Ultimate Kylie DVD compilation. Pretty much all her videos, single videos from Stock Aitken and Waterman up until then, which I think was Chocolate and I Believe in You, yeah. And we have Showgirl, the Greatest Hits Tour live. 2000, yeah, I think this is the one where she actually had to stop her tour later on. You remember these great covers? Yeah. And we have White Diamond, a personal portrait of Kylie Minogue. This is a full-length feature film with a complete Showgirl homecoming concert. So this was when she was coming back after her illness. So this is from live performance in December of 2006. And the last one that I have, Kylie 2008, live at the O2 Arena. So I felt I had all the Kylie I needed, and it was not really my intention to start buying any Kylie Minogue on vinyl. But, you know, famous last words and all that, I ended up doing so after all. And the first one I bought was all the way back in 2019, and, you know, I stuck with that for years and did not get any more Kylie on vinyl, but I really wanted to have something. And in 2019, they released another compilation called Step Back in Time. And I decided to get that on vinyl. And for some reason, I never got it on CD. But as you could see, this comps I have pretty much covers all this. So you have, you have tracks with Robbie Williams with kids. You have Especially For You with her boyfriend Jason Donovan from back in the Neighbours time, and other early tracks, but also later stuff like Slow and Wow and Step. Deconstruction stuff like Better Devil, you know. And then a couple of years back, I did get my second one when I found this on Discogs for a very nice price. And this is, and as you can see here, it says Impossible Princess. So that was, yeah, that was a big deal, getting that great album on vinyl for me. Came with a print. And, yeah. I thought, yeah, that'll do. Well, then I got Tension when it came out. And actually, before I got it on CD, I got Tension 2 as well on vinyl. And this Christmas, they reissued her Christmas album, but they put up a couple of new tracks for it. Did not get this on CD, but this is Kylie Christmas Fully Wrapped. And this video hasn't gone out yet, but, you know, spoilers, I recently got fever as well. So that finally, brings us today's unboxing, which I have right here. I picked this up from the delivery point yesterday. It is from iMusic. Not an endorsement of them or anything, but I must say I did save a pretty penny on buying these from them instead of from one of my stores here in Oslo. So this order contains the 4 reissues or first time issues on vinyl that Kylie issued on Friday, actually. What is it today? I think on August the 7th. And but it does also include one that is a previous release that was not included in this batch. And it's the one that came after Fever, and it is Body Language. So this is an ordinary reissue from, when is it from? Not that many years ago, I think. Or it might have been around the same time as Kylie. No, might have been around the same time as Fever. So I've run out of plastic sleeves, but I will open these with you guys. Not least because some of them appear to, I think, yeah, more or less, nearly all of them appear to be gatefold. So I'll just have to keep them somewhere. I try to buy new plastic sleeves for about 2 weeks now. Big Dipper is sold out, and I don't like the ones they have over at Platekompaniet. So Body Language was released after Fever. It was hardly going to be able to keep up with the sales of that one. Was it a dip of sorts? I don't know. I think it's a very strong album from her. Maybe a couple of the videos were maybe not quite as memorable, to say it the least. But yeah, it has the tracks Slow, Still Standing, Secret, I Take You Home, Promises, Sweet Music, Red-Blooded Woman, Chocolate, Obsession, oh, that's a good one, I Feel For You, Someday, Loving Days, and After Dark. And I forgot to say, when she left Deconstruction, she would later on sign with Parlophone. Here we go. Sort of a, I don't know, bit of a Barbarella, French Nouvelle Vague style on her here. And there we go. And we have a black vinyl with a fairly minimalistic design there. Kylie's wonderful. Yeah, I was going to do this. Here we go, guys. So I won't show you the main attraction until the last one, so I'll work my way backwards. This is the youngest one of the releases, probably the album I know the least. It came out in 2014, so this is Kiss Me Once. And again, it is a gatefold. Yeah, it had some fairly strong Kylie type music on it, but I must say that I do really need to go back and listen to this properly, so that it isn't just a collector's item. And here's the gatefold on this one. A photo there that looks very sort of the golden age of Hollywood there, I would reckon. And in a sleeve with lyrics. The tracks are Into the Blue, Million, oh sorry, I'm reading wrong. Yeah, Into the Blue, Million Miles, I Was Gonna Cancel, Sexy Love, Sexercise, okay. Feels so good. And then we got If Only, Le Sex, Kiss Me Once, Beautiful and Fine. And this is the vinyl. On Kiss Me Once. Next up we have Aphrodite, and the funny thing there is that the CD is one of the nicest book CDs with lots of pages and everything in it, while the vinyl this time around on an album which is very lavishly produced is not a gatefold. I thought that was a bit weird. I was not aware of it either. So we got All the Lovers. That was a big comeback hit for her. Yeah, Get Out of My Way. Put Your Hands Up If You Feel Love. Closer. Everything is Beautiful. Aphrodite. Illusion. Better Than Today. Too Much. Cupid Boy. Looking for an Angel. And Can't Beat the Feeling. And it was released in 2010 originally. Well, it wasn't... I guess it wasn't a comeback album as such. So I'll just leave the shrink wrap on this one since it isn't a gatefold. And we have text, and we have at least one more photo from the album. Like I said, I remember the CD being somewhat more lavish. There is the vinyl. I love that. I like that one. Next up, we have the album that I remember I was very happy to see because it came on the heels of her battling her illness. And that's Kylie's X. It is a gatefold. I'm going to try and read the... so 2 hearts like a drug in my arms. Speakerphone. Sensitized. Heartbeat rock. The one. No more rain. All I See, Stars, Wow, Nudity, and Cosmic. Here we go, guys. So... And without the shrink wrap, and the gatefold, we have the inner sleeve with lyrics. Good luck reading those. And a photo. And finally, the vinyl. And that was Kylie X. (2007). And finally, this is the one I'm most excited about getting on vinyl. This was her big comeback album, and like I said, probably it must be like the most sexy album cover in the history of man. Yeah, so this is Light Years, and don't worry guys, I'll remove the shrink wrap for you. Released in 2000, and the songs are Spinning Around, On a Night Like This, So Now Goodbye, Disco Down, Love Boat, Cuckoo, Your Disco Needs You, Please stay, bittersweet goodbye, butterfly, under the influence of love, I'm so high, kids of course, and light years. And yeah, I think my favorite song is On a Night Like This. So here we go, guys. There is the cover without the shrink wrap. There's the back. And I think the top half of this picture was an alternate CD cover, at least in Australia. There we go. Beautiful Kylie. And this is an album so long that it's on 2 discs. And more lyrics. And finally, again, beautiful Kylie. And the vinyl. As such, I assume it's 33 RPM. So once again, that was my big box of Kylie, my entire collection of Kylie CDs, vinyls so far, and my DVDs as well. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Please click like, that helps my channel. Please leave a comment. I enjoy my comments. If you want to subscribe, well, that makes me happy, and I hope to see you guys soon in another video. Take care. Bye bye.